We're in Budapest, and we're about to experience the city in the best way that we know how, by experiencing all the Hungarian street foods that we can find. From popular things like langos to unique recommendations that you may not have heard before, but you have to try if you come here. Let's have some food. Popped into the Artisan Bakery to try the famous Hungarian strudel. I think it's called a rétes, but I'm not very good at Hungarian. This one is poppy seed, although you can find them in all kinds of flavors like apple, cherry, I guess even cabbage. And basically it's a thin, flaky pastry, although this one looks a little thicker than the pictures I've seen. But this bakery has good reviews, so we'll give it a whirl. I don't think I've ever had anything that's had like that much poppy seed in it. It gives it a nice crunch. I really like it. Just a nice, delightful pastry. They also had coffee, and the first thing that I saw on the list was a cardamom latte, and I said, that sounds interesting. I've never had one of those. Oh, that's really good. It's almost like a savory latte because it's very earthy and not very sweet, and I like it just the way it is.
Up next, we are having probably the most well-known street food here in Hungary. It is langos, which is a fried dough that is generally served with garlic, sour cream, and cheese. You can get a bunch of other toppings, but we just went for the classic today.
Well, not the cheapest langos we've seen since we've been here in Budapest, but it is supposed to be one of the better places you can get it. It has good reviews online, and it looks and smells delightful.
That dough is super nice and soft on the inside with just like a light crisp on the outside. It's kind of like the best savory elephant ear you've ever had, with cheese and sour cream, and the garlic's wonderful.
That is so good. Jeremy's right. It is very similar to like an elephant ear or like fry bread. If you are familiar with US fare foods, it has that vibe, but savory, and I definitely approve. Well, we're devouring that.
Yep.
We've come to a place called Belvaroshi Disnatoros. It is a butcher shop that also sells sausages. So we're gonna try some sausages. You know what was interesting to me?
What's that?
It was all by weight, so we paid by weight.
Oh, like the pickles or whatever?
Yeah, so I had to go back to the pickle bar so he could like charge me what I was supposed to be charged.
Oh, okay.
I think we should start with the ones that we would be a little more apprehensive about and work our way towards the more traditional one. I'm not sure which one is which, but one of those is a blood sausage and one of those is a liver sausage. Yeah.
I think it's liver, blood.
Okay,
regular,
that
I
makes
think.
sense.
I guess I should try it without mustard first. I don't know. If it's the liver one, I don't really taste the liver. It's just kind of seasonings and like a malty, grainy kind of thing on the inside. It tastes pretty nice.
Yeah, the flavor's pretty good. I definitely can tell that it's got something else going on, which is the liver. But overall, it's really nice, and that mustard makes it like a little bit of a chef's kiss.
I think this one is the blood sausage, which we've had blood sausage, like blood pudding in the UK, in Scotland and England, and it's all right. So I'm interested to see what this is like. It doesn't have that kind of irony taste a lot that the blood pudding has in the UK. It's also kind of grainy and has the sort of filler in it, but like, I don't mean filler in a bad way, just that's what the sausage is made out of. It's pretty good.
I really like that one. I am not the biggest fan of the blood sausage that we have had in the UK. I really like that one. I think it's really nice. And I think the mustard is very complimentary to it as well.
This is the more traditional, just Hungarian sausage, I believe. It's got that paprika-like color to it. It smells really good. The other two are by no means bad, but the regular sausage is definitely my favorite of the three.
I think I like them in the order that we tried them, going upwards, but they all range from good to excellent, so I think you should try them all. I have no idea what we're working with, but they had a few different kinds of pickled things, so I grabbed one of pretty much every one they had. I'm like interested by this actual pickle-looking thing that looks like it's stuffed with
Cabbage.
cabbage, yeah. That's a tasty pickle.
Spicy.
Yep. There is a Mexican food chain in the area I'm from, and they serve like spicy pickled vegetables, and that definitely has the vibe of that. I really like it. It's quite spicy, but quite tasty. Now I'm gonna try a beet. The least pickled tasting, but also tasty. Thought we were gonna have to eat that outside.
Yeah.
Making it street food, but it wasn't really technically, I guess.
I guess not, but it was still something that was quick and good. Up next, we're trying a chimney cake, which is a spiral-shaped sweetbread that they cover in all sorts of different things, chocolate, nuts, but we went for the kind of classic cinnamon. And I've seen some people carrying this around, but not as hot as this one is. They handed it to us essentially like right out of the oven thing.
We watched them make it in front of our eyes and hand it to us. So I think we're in for a treat because of that.
That is unfortunately delightful because I could eat like 5 of those, I think.
They're not very expensive either, so
No.
that makes them an especially nice treat. The fact that we've been standing here for about 5 minutes and it's still steaming says a lot about how fresh this really is. Smells really good.
It's like the best piece of cinnamon toast you've ever had.
It's so good because the inside where they keep it on the roll is so soft and just delightful, but then they heat it on the rollers, and so it's got just like the ever so crispy outside. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's so lovely.
It's
And
really good.
about €2. Like, how can you go wrong? This is maybe my favorite experience yet. I don't know. Also, when you walk by them, they smell so good that you can't help but just stop and just like take in the delightful sweet smells. I have no idea how to pronounce what we are about to eat. It looks like túrógombóc. This was recommended to us by our friends who have a channel called Where Are We? They told us that this is something a lot of Hungarians eat, but it's not something that a lot of tourists know about. It is a dumpling made from potato dough, and it has a fresh cheese in it. I think it's supposed to be like a cottage cheese. And I think maybe a sour cream topping. Not exactly a street food. We stopped at a restaurant and got it for takeaway. They didn't give us any utensils. We were gonna eat it in the street, but we came back to our Airbnb to sample it here. Here's a piece of the inside. It's pretty dense. I was kind of expecting it to be, I don't know, different. It's like a really dense cheesecake, kind of. It's like a little like sugary topping, and that's really the only part that's very sweet. It's not overall very sweet. It's like a kind of more like toned down vanilla yogurt with like a pretty dense cheesecake is how I would describe it. It's very different from anything I've had, but it's good. It's nice. That's the face of I'm confused and I don't love it.
Kind of. The dumpling cake thing itself is pretty good. The vanilla yogurt sauce kind of loses me a little bit. But I do like the cake part, but it is not like anything I've really experienced before, like you said. It's interesting.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's pleasant. It's just different from what I was expecting. But I definitely think if you come here, that you should try it because apparently it's popular among Hungarians. We have been letting Carly sample here and there as we've experienced our day, but I think that this is her favorite thing. She's been like, yum, that's the best. For our last stop of the day, we have come to a restaurant that serves some traditional foods that we decided we had to try before we leave. Jeremy ordered a shaproni, so I said, yeah, I'll have one too. As it turns out, I guess this is made by the Heineken subsidiary here in Hungary.
Which makes sense, because it's maybe not exactly the same, but it's in that ballpark.
It is perfectly pleasant and I will happily enjoy it. Hungarian food is known for its use of paprika. It is in a lot of dishes, and probably one of the most popular dishes that you can get here is the chicken paprikash. It is basically chicken. I think it's stewed with onions and paprika, And it's traditionally served with, I think it's called nokedli. It looks like spätzle, the German, like tiny little noodles. And it looks quite tasty. It's got a little sour cream on it. I'm ready to try it. That is really nice. It's just so creamy. The chicken is so tender. I like that there's like a little bit of a sour cream kick to it. It's just a really pleasant, light dish. I think if you were less adventurous food-wise, that you would definitely still enjoy this dish because it's not too spicy. It's like not too extreme in any way. But I do want to try the little noodles. The noodles are very nice. They're kind of similar to spätzle and they go really nice with the sauce. What did you get? Oh, it's good.
I got stuffed cabbage, which is a cabbage leaf stuffed with rice and meat. And a lot of the times it comes with those dumplings that you have, but mine looks like it comes with the sausage this time.
Looks like it's stewed in like a paprika tomatoey sauce with also sour cream on the top. I think we're starting to learn that they like sour cream and they like paprika.
It's got a pretty like rich flavor going on. You can really taste the meat and the rice has got a nice texture. And yeah, it's just got a nice kick of flavor to it. I like that a lot. It's nice.
I wonder if it's the sausage. It has a very like interesting layers of flavor. You can tell there's a lot of seasonings in there. I can't pick any single one out, but it's very savory. And that cabbage is nice. It keeps it nice and moist. That was really tasty. We may have paid a little bit more for it because we had a view of the Basilica as we sat outside. We were gonna go to the Central Food Hall, which is a very popular place to go, but our friends told us that it is very touristy and very, very overpriced. So we opted to kind of find our own places throughout town. And I think it worked out. We had a really nice time. I don't know if we saved a lot of money doing it ourselves, but if you were wanting to try a lot of things in one place and you were short on time, the food hall might be the way to go. Hungarian food is so good though, isn't it?
Yeah, we really enjoyed everything we tried. If you have any suggestions for something that we may have missed for the next time we come back, because we would love to come back, then leave us a comment and let us know.
Thank you for watching. Thank you to our patrons for supporting our channel. If you're new here or if you've been around and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It does help us out. Make sure you check out this video where we tried some other Hungarian classics like goulash and maybe some delightful alcohol.